It's 11:08 on this late Tuesday night, September 4th, 2018. Time now for the Peter Channel Late Night News on this late Tuesday night, September 4th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 11:08, and it is 72 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on Peter Channel 11 o'clock news is Carl Bernstein says Trump presidency a national emergency. Cabinet hearings day one protesters focus on rural attempted handshake goes viral. In a upset special in the Massachusetts primary, Ayanna Pressley defeats Representative Michael Cabano in the Massachusetts primary. John Keel names to succeed John McCain in the Senate in Arizona. Doc Weaver's wishes for many offenses among the 8 celtics ahead of Ray Allen's Hall of Fame induction. Tiger Woods look like Wednesday at the TPC Boston tournament. Drops from Gordon heads for landfall along Mississippi coast. We'll have more of that on the weather segment of Peter Channel Late Night News. Prosecutors declined to charge Kevin Spacey, Steven Seagal, and Anthony Anderson. Republicans act like they are powerless to stop Trump's attacks on the justice system. All $400,000 raised for the Good Samaritan homeless veteran is gone, attorney said. Typhoon Jebi, strongest storm hit in Japan in 25 years. The British opinion still people divided by Brexit according to the poll. U.S. soldier killed in Afghanistan was an ICE enlisted soldier supporting Trump administration's new advisor brigade. South African munition depot explosion kills 8. Hometown developers set the sights on improving downtown Taunton. Another car struck the building this time in Attleboro. Pawtucket police investigate late night stabbing. Amazon's $1 trillion valuation seems too low. Elon Musk renews pedophile claims against a diver in a Thai rescue. Wall Street drops as tech stocks Nike way and U.S. auto sales maintain momentum for now. Syrian government warplane struck for the less rebel-held province of the country on Tuesday. Deadly protests in Basra, Iraq sparked curfew probe. UN facilitates ceasefire for Libya violence. Premature detonation for attack on U.S. Embassy in Cairo. Mexico City, Pedro Stinggrass across the U.S.-Mexican border saw a surge of 90 refugees in the past 2 months from war-ravaged African countries trying to flee the U.S. Venezuelan officials have brushed off concerns they got a migration crest in their hand, saying the numbers are being manipulated for political purposes. And Duckboat survivors sues company for avoided safety standards. Evansville, Indiana, the U.S. Department of Agriculture began accepting farmers' application for tariff relief on Tuesday. This peanut butter is the new superfood, says Attleboro product creator. Tonight, boys soccer falls to non-league foe New Bedford in season opener. And speaking of boys soccer, the Norton Lancers boys soccer team led by Coach Eric Green began the regular season in Medway, and they ran into a buzzsaw called the Medway Mustangs as they fell to the Medway Mustangs 4-0 in Medway for the boys soccer team. But no need to panic, Lance Nation. It's only the first game, so there's plenty of soccer left. Hometown developers set the sights on improving downtown Taunton. New image, new logo promotes college going culture. These interpretation rules don't let a whole primary stop them. On Friday night, Easton Langwater Farm was pizza perfect. Jeff Steele wins GOP nomination to face Elizabeth Warren. Brockton to design women at least marrying all his dress for success. Quincy, Boston plans to build a new Long Island bridge on top of the existing 7-hour concrete piers is extremely unrealistic, says a new report by a structural engineer hired by Quincy. Space Station air leak. Someone drilled a hole, says Russians. Researchers scramble to save Orca once feared dead. Opportunity rover still MIA as dust settles on Mars. Endangered hammerhead sharks dead on drumline and Great Barrier Reef. Claire Wineland, who inspired millions of YouTube crawler at Disaster Fiber Roasted Battle, dies after lung transplant at the age of 21. Mom says doctor contracted lab for condition after trying on shoes without socks. Nurse really as she cared for Dr. when he was a preemie baby in the NICU. 4 more Mars residents test positive for West Nile virus. 293 northbound ITO, exit 5, Manchester after motor vehicle accident in traffic. Exit 5 is closed temporarily as a 1 hour ago, and Massachusetts 2 car motor vehicle accident on the eastbound on ramp. Excavator PD to the scene, any 4, 5, 15, 25, 26. Peter Childu's time is 11:13 on this late Tuesday night, and it's time now for a sports report. The Boston Red Sox defeat the Atlanta Braves down in Atlanta 5-1. Other scores around the major leagues, it is bottom of 9th, St. Louis Cardinals 11, Washington Nationals 8, bottom 8, Milwaukee Brewers 9, Chicago Cubs 1, bottom 8, Detroit Tigers 8, and the Chicago White Sox 3, bottom of 7th, Chicago Rockies 5, Sixers Giants 2, top of the 6th, Arizona Diamondbacks 2, San Diego Padres 0, through 5, Oakland A's 1, New York Yankees 0, through 3, New York Mets 4, LA Dodgers 2, bottom of 4, Seattle Mariners 1, Baltimore Orioles 0, Pittsburgh 7, Cincinnati 3, it's Tampa Bay 4, it's Toronto 0, Cleveland 9, Kansas City 3, Philadelphia 9, and it's Miami 4. Boston 5, Atlanta 1. Texas 4, LA Angels 2. And the Houston Astros 5, and then Minnesota Twins 2. Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Boston DeChambeau picked for U.S. Ryder Cup team with Colin Kaepernick deal. Nike returns a familiar strategy. U.S. Open 2018. Novak Djokovic targets 12th semi-final at Flushing Meadows. Peter Childu's time is 11:15 on this late Tuesday night. It's time now for a Peter Channel traffic and transit check. Baby! On the MBTA, the subway system, it's looking good on the commuter rail. Pittsburgh Line train 4:30, 9:30 p.m. from March to the up with 10-5 minutes beyond between Littleton, Route 495, and Off Station. And the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, look at it. Highways and byways are doing 95, northbound side. Also around the protected stretch. 130 above as the Newport Bridge that's backed up. 199 northbound side. Also on 146 to 295 in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Route 3 is southbound side, so between Dexter and 44 in Plymouth. 3 to the northbound side, so on the Marshfield stretch. 185 southbound side, so 195 where I am. Seventh Expressway, both ends between Pikedown, the Dorchester, Mass Pike eastbound side, also the Pruitt Tunnel. Mass Pike eastbound side, also between 146 and Millbury on the Route 485 and Hagen. 146 southbound side, also 1 Mass Pike in Millbury. Route 2 eastbound side, also on Fort Devens. Route 1 at the northbound side, also Route 60 in Revere. 291 on the southbound side, also on the Springfield stretch. 91 southbound side, also between 291 Springfield and 57 in Agawam. 291 291 on the southbound side, also on Route 20 up in Springfield. 91 northbound side, also on Middletown, Connecticut before Route 9. Route 84 eastbound side, also after Route 8 in Waterbury, Connecticut. Route 8 at the northbound side, also Waterbury stretch at 84 eastbound side, also between Newtown and Southbury. Merritt Parkway eastbound side, so between Westport and eastbound side, westbound and 84 Merritt Parkway, slow on the New Canaan stretch. 95 southbound side, so between Milford and Bridgeport. 95 northbound side, so between Greenwich down to Sanford and 95 at the northbound side, slow on West Haven stretch. In New Hampshire, Everett back to the southbound side, also 93 in Manchester, New Hampshire, and Spalding turn back to the southbound side, so Dover, New Hampshire, and Maine turn back on the northbound side, also in Port Maine, and 87, 89 southbound side, also Canadian State in Vermont. 89 northbound side, also in Montreal, Vermont, and now 15 at the northbound side, so in southern Quebec, headed towards Montreal. Peter Childu's time, 11:17 on this Tuesday night, and it's time now for a weather report. Look at the weather outside on this Tuesday night. And we take a look at the weather outside. Oh, a little refreshing. A tad bit humid, but it's a little refreshing out. Oh, it's a beautiful night. A tad bit humid, but a beautiful night in store. As we've seen some rain showers south of North Elba, New York. And we see some rain showers down around western portions of Quebec. And it's raining around Montpelier, Vermont. Right now, around the region, 65 to 72 degrees in southern New England, and it is in the 54 to 64 degree region, northern New England with a 74 degree reading in Manchester, New Hampshire. Right now, 70 degrees on temperature with a humidity of 93%, 2.68 degrees. Barometer 3.21 inches, rising slowly, winds east, southeast, and it's calm. All right. Latest on the tropics. Hurricane Florence, 20.7 to north, 43.9 in the west. Max sustained winds 100 miles of movement west northwest at 12 miles an hour. Florence now cut to hurricane on the open Atlantic. There no coast watch waters effect at 11 p.m. last time. The center of Hurricane Florence was located latitude 20.7 to the north, longitude 43.9 to the west. Florence is moving toward the west northwest near 12 miles an hour. This general motion is expected to be continued front with an 8 northwestern motion is expected to begin by Thursday with. Florence is forward speed decreased by this weekend. The back the same winds increase near 100 miles an hour with a higher gust. Some initial strength could occur overnight, but a slow weakening trend is forecast to begin on Wednesday and continue Friday. Hurricane force winds that consider was at 50 miles an hour from the center, and tropical force winds except at 105 miles an hour. The estimated set showed 976 millibars at 28.82 inches. Yep, not going to affect land for the moment. But Tropical Storm Gordon, it's 30.3 to the north, 8.4 to the west. Max sustained winds 70 miles an hour. Movement northwest at 14 miles an hour. Scenario Gordon making landfall just west of the Alabama-Mississippi border. Watch the waters west of the mouth of the Pearl River have been discontinued. The storm surge water in the west of the Biloxi have been discontinued. The storm surge water in effect for Biloxi, Mississippi, the Dauphin Island, and the storm surge water in effect for east of Dauphin Island and Navarre, and a hurricane water in effect for the mouth of the Pearl River to the Alabama-Florida border. A tropical water in effect for the Alabama-Florida border to the Alcalosa Walton County line. A storm surge water means there will be a danger to life threatening the nation for rising water moving inland from the coastline and indicated location. This life threatening situation and persons located within this area should take all necessary action to protect life from property. From rising water and the potential for other dangerous conditions, promptly following evacuation and other instructions from local officials. Hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within one area. Tropical warning means that tropical conditions are expected somewhere within one area. For a storm emergency for the area, please, if possible, inland watch the waters, monitor the products issued by a National Weather Service Forecast Office. At 10 p.m., the center of tropical storm Gordon was located at latitude 30.3 to the north, longitude 8.4 to the west. Gordon is moving toward the northwest near 14 miles an hour. Northwest with most of the decrease in forward speed is expected over the next couple of days. On the forecast track, the center of Gordon will move into across the lower Mississippi Valley front Wednesday as a turn toward the northwest and north of this forecast to occur on Friday. Max sustained winds near 70 miles an hour. Higher gusts. Rapid weekend is forecast after Gordon moves inland, and Gordon is forecasted to become a tropical depression on Wednesday. Tropical force winds scheduled at 80 miles an hour from the center and NOAA Coastal Marine Observance Site on Dauphin Island. Alabama has mentioned a sustained winds about 57 miles an hour, gusts of 32 miles an hour. Wind gusts of 61 miles an hour recently observed at the Betslico Naval Air Station. The latest minute center pressure estimated from NOAA Hurricane Under Aircraft data is 99 about 29.44 inches. Storm surge is a combination of dangerous storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast will be flooded by reservoirs moving inland from the shoreline. The water could be reached to fall on the heights and above ground somewhere in indicated areas that the peak surge occurs at a time of high tide. Map and the map to be rid of the Biloxi 1 to 3 feet. Biloxi to Alabama Florida border including Mobile Bay 2 to 4 feet. And Alabama Florida border and Navarre border 1 to 3 feet. Davis water will occur along the immediate coast near the east of the landfall location where the surge will be accompanying large wave surge will be funded dependent on the relative time of the surge at the time of the cyclone can vary greatly over the short distance for information specific area. Please see emergency monitor. Local National Weather Service Forecast Office and Gordon is expected to produce total rain conditions of 48 inches on the western Florida Panhandle, southwest Alabama, 7 in Central Mississippi, northeast of Louisiana, and 7 in Arkansas. We found today maximum amounts of 12 inches about late Thursday. This rainfall caused flash flooding across portions of these areas and tropical when hurricane conditions will continue to spread onshore during the next several hours within the portion of the water. Tornadoes, a couple of tornadoes are possible tonight near the coast area in the western Florida Panhandle. And a broad area of low pressure is this one has a cloudiness and shadows is said to a couple of 100 miles south of the Cabo. Very hands and conditions are forecast to become conductive fire. Development in the tropical depression is expected to form by the end of the week, while the system moves west northward across the tropical and ocean formation just for us. Medium 40% formation just for days. High 90%. And we're gonna look at some models. And this is gonna turn out to sea. But it's one model. Alright, forecast goes like this. Patch fog at 3 a.m. bars, podcast about 62 degrees, Carbon. Patchy fog before 8 a.m. on Wednesday bars, most says about 87 degrees, up about 3 to 8 miles for Wednesday. Patch fog at 3 a.m. bars, podcast about 67 degrees, southwest about 7 miles an hour for Thursday. Chit-to-shots, thunderstorm bay after 3 p.m. Patch fog for 8 a.m. bars. Most that's about 93 degrees, 88 miles as high as 100, west with about 8 miles of transpiration, 30%. No winds less than 10 minutes, possible thunderstorms for Thursday night. Chit-to-shots, thunderstorm bay for 1 a.m. Mostly cost about 64 degrees, north for about 3 to 5 miles about transpiration, 40%. Friday, putt center of the mostly cost about 70, about 55 degrees. For Saturday, putt center of the mostly cost about 71, about 49 degrees. For Sunday, putt center of the mostly cost about 69, about 50 degrees. And for Monday, chit-shots mostly cost about 73, about 62 degrees, transpiration 45%. And for Tuesday, chit-shots putt center about 81 degrees, transpiration 30%. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Tuesday night, September 4th, 2018. Viewers, hope you have a good night with a good positive to the dollar. See you tomorrow morning on the board. Hope you have a good night.